How would you feel if I called you a flirt? Would you feel flattered, or would you feel slightly insulted? Most of us have been taught to see flirting as something a bit dishonest. We often think of it as a game or a way to trick someone into giving us attention without having any serious intent. The old way of looking at it suggests that being a flirt is almost like being a toy maker who messes with people's emotions for fun. But if we peel back the layers of this old reputation, we find something much more beautiful and powerful. Imagine if we changed our understanding of what it means to flirt. Instead of a game of trickery, what if flirting was simply the act of making another person feel seen, special, and acknowledged? When you stop to think about it, those are three of the most important things a human being can feel. We all want to be noticed. We all want to feel like we matter. If we look at it this way, flirting is no longer just for people looking for a date in a bar. It becomes a generous way of interacting with the world. It is a tool for connection that works whether you are single and looking for love or in a long-term marriage trying to keep the spark alive. Most of us go through our lives in a bit of a fog. We walk down the street looking at our phones. We order coffee without really looking the cashier in the eye. We are physically present, but we are mentally miles away. This lack of connection makes the world feel cold and lonely. The surface concept of flirting is often tied to romance and dating, but its true heart is about presence. It is about waking up and noticing the human being standing right in front of you. There is a hidden assumption in our society that says you have to be a naturally confident or extroverted person to be good at connecting with others. We see movies where the hero is a smooth talker who always knows exactly what to say. This makes many of us feel like we are not qualified to flirt. We worry that we are too shy or that we will be seen as creepy or insincere. But this assumption is based on a misunderstanding of what connection actually is. You do not have to be the loudest person in the room to make someone feel special. In fact, people who are more quiet or introverted often have a secret advantage. Because their efforts to connect are not loud or flashy, they often feel more genuine and deeply inspired. When a quiet person takes a moment to look you in the eye and pay attention to what you are saying, it feels incredibly meaningful. It feels real. The structural pattern of successful connection is built on two simple foundations: being present and being enthusiastic. Presence is the act of being fully in the moment. It means putting your phone away and quieting the nervous voices in your head. It means breathing deeply and actually listening. When you are present, you send a silent signal that the other person is the most important thing in your world at that moment. Enthusiasm is the second part. It is the energy you bring to the interaction. It is the warmth in your smile or the genuine interest in your voice. Enthusiasm is contagious. It leaves people feeling better than they did before they met you. Think about the last time someone was truly happy to see you. It probably made you feel a little bit more alive. That is the power of a positive vibe. We can reframe flirting not as a way to get something from someone else, but as a way to give something to them. When you give a sincere compliment or ask a question out of genuine curiosity, you are giving a gift of attention. This is a complete shift in perspective. You are no longer worried about being rejected because your goal is not to win a prize. Your goal is to be a person who leaves a trail of smiles behind them as they move through the day. This is a much safer and more joyful way to live. It takes the pressure off and allows you to be playful and vulnerable. In our daily lives, we can practice this in very simple ways. One style of connection is pure attentiveness. This means asking questions that go beyond small talk. Instead of asking what someone does for a living, you might ask what they would do if money was no object. And then, you actually lean in and listen to the answer. You notice the small details, like a story they told or even a small thing they need. This kind of thoughtfulness is rare, and it makes people feel incredibly valued. Another style is the sincere compliment. Many of us are afraid to give compliments because we don't want to seem weird. But a specific and honest compliment is a powerful way to start a conversation. Saying someone is hot is a bit boring and non-specific. But telling someone they have a great sense of style or a lovely smile is much more effective. It shows that you have actually observed them as an individual. The key is to be responsible and respectful. A good compliment makes the other person feel safe and judged. It never centers on your own tastes but focuses on their unique qualities. Finally, there is the element of playfulness. Life can be very serious and heavy. Bringing a little bit of humor or a corny joke into an interaction can break the ice and create a shared moment of joy. Sometimes even a simple movement of the eyebrows or a wink can turn a boring moment into a fun one. Of course, results will vary and you have to read the room, but having the courage to be a little bit silly is a sign of a healthy and open heart. It shows that you are not afraid to be human. As we think more deeply about this, we realize that these actions are not complicated. They are basic human behaviors that we often forget to use. We have the potential to spark and sustain connections every single day, but we have to choose to do it. It requires a dash of courage and a bit of practice. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. You start to see the world as a place full of potential friends and partners rather than a place full of strangers. You begin to realize that the uncertainty of human connection is actually where the magic happens. It is okay to be a little awkward or embarrassed sometimes. That is just part of being alive. The goal is to be the version of yourself that makes the world feel a little bit warmer. When you focus on making others feel seen and acknowledged, you become a magnet for connection yourself. You don't have to wait for someone else to make the first move. You have the agency to create the kind of social life you want. You can be the one who starts the meet-cute moment in the grocery store or the one who keeps the romance alive in a 20-year marriage. This is a multi-purpose superpower that belongs to everyone. It is customizable to your personality and your comfort level. Whether you are a corporate lawyer or a student, you can use these tools to improve your relationships and your overall happiness. We are all searching for love and belonging, and flirting is the bridge that helps us get there. It is the language of interest and the poetry of the everyday. It is a way to say I see you and I am glad you are here without having to say those exact words. It is a way to honor the humanity in everyone you meet. By choosing to be a flirt in the best sense of the word, you are choosing to be an active participant in the world of human emotion. You are choosing to be generous with your attention and your praise. This is a beautiful way to live, and it is something we can all start doing right now. We don't need a special occasion or a perfect setting. We just need to look up from our screens and open our hearts to the people around us. If you could make one person feel truly seen and special today with just a few words, how would that simple act change the way you feel about yourself by the time you go to sleep tonight?